Hello and welcome to Boardgame TV, and it's finally here after 2+ years. Finally, the Forbidden Fortress has come. The Kickstarter has arrived, and as you can see, I did the Shogun pledge, so I got everything that came out with it. The only thing I've done is I've cut this part right here. That is it. So let's have a look and see. Man, this thing is 28 pounds net weight, 31 pounds gross, man. So you get a lot of stuff. Split this here. Ugh, God almighty. This thing about gave me a hernia carrying it in the house from the UPS guy. Okay, so that's what we have in here. So, well, let's move this. There's the big set. So, let's see what we have. Okay, that's got something in it. So here we go. Man, that thing is heavy. It feels heavier than the original. So there it is, the Forbidden Fortress. Base game set for anybody who doesn't know. And there's all the cool little stuff that comes with it. I mean, my God, look at all that stuff that comes with that. I mean, Jesus. CD soundtrack included. We got those guys. Huh. Wow. Okay, so we have that. We're going to open that in a minute. And then, of course, we have the Temple of Shadows. Now, that's my only thing here, because I would have liked to have another world, but apparently the temple is just in regular feudal Japan, but because I mean, if you look at it, it says this is a luck expansion for Shadows of Brimstone. Of course, that allows players to add the fallen shogun and his deadly Takobaki army to their adventures. It also includes new temple themed map tiles, as well as new Belly of the Beast map tiles. 4 new hero classes, 4 new enemy types, 6 new missions. So as you can see, that's all that comes with that. There's a lot of contents in there. But I really wish they would have did another world instead of this. This just doesn't look like it's all that interesting to me. But we'll see. I could be wrong. This does look interesting to me. The Forest of the Dead Deluxe Expansion. Oh, that's great. Because see, that says Other Worlds. Yeah, Temples of Shadows does not say Other Worlds on it. So, look at this. All that stuff there. All that good stuff. This deluxe Otherworld expansion allows your heroes to explore the haunted forest of the dead, battling undead versions of virtually any enemies you have in your collection, as well as a host of new and terrifying creatures. It doesn't say what the other side map tiles are. There are 6 new missions, a relic, set of map tiles and cards for venturing, but it doesn't say what's on the other side, so maybe it's just all that is both sides are the temple. Here is the FFKS2. So this is either the Sumo or the Shogun stuff. And here's the FSK1. And then this is, well, there's stuff in there too, man. Jesus. Okay, man, I mean, look. Let me stick my arm in there. Man, that's a lot of stuff. Wow. Well, we're going to keep that box. Okay, so let me, let's start opening some stuff and see what we get. Or what we got. Okay, so let's take a look what's in the big box. Now, I already cut the plastic off because, I mean, who really wants to see me open some plastic here? Alright, wow, let's see. We have miniatures. God, more miniatures. Those are them worms. Samurai. Miniatures. Looks like that ghost lady, huh? There's that big Oni statue, I think. Assembly guide. Well, we need that. Sorceress. So we have the sorceress, samurai, traveling monk, assassin, Oni. Okay. Dishonored dead. The top half and bottom half of each pose are interchangeable. Huh. Tengu, acidic tetanus, Harigano. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Living statue. I guess he's the big daddy of this. It's only on one side, so let's hope these minis aren't that hard to put together. Got a Peril die, 8 dice, some more regular dice. Ooh, the product catalog for 2018. There's Forbidden Fortress. Yeah. That can go in the garbage. Already have everything. Alright, ladies heroes, here we have the Assassin. Starts with a Ninja Clan card of your choice. +1 move, may move through other models and you automatically pass all escape tests. Deadly, your combat hits ignore any armor an enemy has and are also +1 damage while your target is the only enemy adjacent to you. Huh. Silent Fighter, may not use guns. Once per turn you may reroll any number of your defense results. And those are stats. 6 initiative. Huh. Then we have Samurai Warrior, Max Fury. We'll have to figure out what that is. Initiative 3. Samurai Battle Tactics starts with 2 random warriors. Samurai Battle Tactics. Draw 3, choose 2. Battle Tactics may be each only used once per turn. Battle Fury. Anytime you do 1 or more wounds to an enemy with a combat hit, gain 1 Fury token. Starting items. Wow, look at those. We have Sorceress. Mana 4. I guess it's like Faith. Elemental Magic starts with 2 elemental magic spells. For each spell, select any element, then draw 2 cards, choosing 1 to keep and discarding the other. Each spell may only be cast once per turn. Magic Forces. As a starting hero, choose 1 element, earth, wind, water, fire, to be your focus. From now on, you are +1 to your casting total when casting a spell of that element. May not use guns. Traveling Monk. Max Chi. Okay. You see, it looks like they already got a little bit more complex with this. Discipline. At the start of each turn, gain 1 Chi token. Sacred Order. Once per turn, you may channel your Chi into 1 of your combat hits or any source of healing you are using. For each Chi token spent, increase healing by 1 to a single target. For every 2 Chi tokens spent, increase damage by 1 for that hit. And Mibushi, +1 damage on all attacks against myth enemies. Okay. And then we have our monsters. We have Dishonored Dead. Fear. Any hero takes, starting their activation adjacent, automatically takes 1 horror hit. Tattered Armor, 5+. Rise from the grave. When killed, place a corpse token in the space. No loot cards are drawn after any fight that has 2 or fewer Dishonored Dead, and no other enemies during the fight. Heroes may still catch their breath. Huh. There's their elite chart. 2 health. So they're like the Walking Dead. So apparently they just have, on the Brutal, they have Hellblades. Dishonored Dead, combat hits, ignore armor. A little bit more health. Then we have Harigano, it's a ghost. Terror, here starting their activation on the same map tile, automatically takes 3 horror hits. Ooh. Held aloft, moves through each other model and changes targets each turn. Animated hair, at the end of this enemy's move, every hero within 3 spaces take d6 hits that do 1 damage each. Okay, so you want to be close to her. Barb hooks, any hero that takes 2 or more wounds from the Harigano's animated hair gains an ensnare marker. Spectral Horror. This enemy does +1 damage on all of its hits against a hero with Spirit 2 or lower. 20, look at that, 20 health +5 per hero. Large enemy. See what hell moves through each other's models. Okay, so she just does more damage and stuff for a Brutal. Spirit 3 allure on that one. Okay, we have our Ani. Terror here, starting their activation on the same map tile, takes 1 horror hit. Bash. A hero that takes 1 or more wounds from Ani combat hits during the turn is knocked back 3 spaces directly away from a random adjacent Ani, moving through any models in the way. If the hero would end in an occupied space or off the board, instead place them in the last empty space moved through, and they take an extra d6 wounds, ignoring defense. 15 health. Tiger Pants, tough, immune to critical hits. Okay. Living Statue, extra large. Unspeakable Terror. Every one of these guys got terror so far. Hero starting their activation on the same or adjacent map tile, takes 2 horror hits, moves through other models, and changes targets each turn. Grab. This enemy's melee to hit rolls of 6 count as a special grab hits that ignore defense. Instead of normal damage, the hero must roll a d6 for each grab hit done. If at least one of these dice rolls equal to or higher than the hero's initiative, rolls of 6 always fail, the hero is grabbed and thrown. The living statue selects another random hero within line of sight and makes a range to hit roll, throwing the hero. If hit, place the thrown hero in any space adjacent to the new target. Both heroes take peril dice wounds, ignoring defense. If missed, the thrown hero bounces d3 times from the target space like a bomb and takes d6 plus 3 wounds, ignoring defense. 30 health plus 3 per hero. He's about has the same thing. You know, so they are doing things differently. I mean, this guy does, I mean, picking somebody up, hurting him, throwing him at another hero target. That's pretty unique. Tengu, initiative 7 flight, moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Tango to hit rolls of 6+ do double damage. Pare, for each 2 hit roll of 1 that an adjacent hero rolls, cancel their highest rolled successful hit. If there are no successful hits left to cancel, instead this enemy does 1 free combat hit to that hero outside the normal turn sequence. This ability applies for each Tengu model adjacent. 5 health. A little bit harder there. Acid Blobs. Endurance 3. This enemy cannot take more than 3 wounds from any single hit. Antibody. This enemy does not target normally. Instead, it always moves to end adjacent to as many heroes as possible. If multiple options, hero's choice. If it can only move to be adjacent to a single hero, roll randomly for winch. Digestive Juices. Instead of attacking normally, automatically does d6 minus 2 wounds, ignoring defense to every adjacent hero. Huh. So these guys are like little pains in the ass, I guess. 10 health. A little harder to hit there. Huh. And last, we have the Acidic Tentacles. Spits acid at the start of their activation each turn. If not adjacent to a hero, will make the following free range attack at a random hero within line of sight. Range 8, 1 shot. Instead of normal damage, target gains the bleeding marker. This enemy's melee to hit rolls of 6, ignore his defense. If not adjacent to a hero, make, oh yeah, it's basically the same. Okay, so as you can see that with this big base set, the heroes, I mean the villains do a little bit more, well the heroes too do a little bit more, and the villains do a little bit more, so it's a little bit more complex. They've gotten a little bit more complex with it. So let's see if we get the book out. It's the story from heaven, from the Sword of Heaven. And it's some good artwork though. I don't want to page with some other enemies. I don't want to give everything away. Got a new mutation chart here. Got another travel hazard. A little paint guide. All kinds of good history of the world. Some stuff. So there's the monks. Samurai. So it comes with Hunt for Darkstone, yeah, Exploration, Seal the Void Gate, what? Search Party, Escape, Bring Down the Fortress. Okay, that's kind of like the basic missions. Look, I've stayed away from any spoilers, even though ironically I'm doing spoiler stuff, but I stayed away from all and every spoilers on this. I just kept track of when we were supposed to get it, so I'm a little disappointed in that, to be honest with you, that these missions are basically the same as the other one. Castle of the Dead, Sorcerer's Library, Lost Explorer, A Living World, If It Bleeds, Devoured by the Beast. I don't know. We'll have to see. I guess here's the rule book. Bandages, shake, bomb, tonic, fire sake, flash, potion, strong sake, herbs. So when I do my next playthroughs with this, I'm really not going to change the rules. I mean, a few new things will have to change, but I'm really just going to go by the basic same rules as Brimstone. I don't want to really change. Man, it looks like a lot of it's just basically the same, which is good. Yeah. So there's the rule book. Let's see, we have injury chart, ripped apart, your hero is dead, new scars, chest wound, madness chart, it's coming for you. We have feudal village, an inn. Now I am, whenever they do sell the village expansion, I am going to get that. Depth event chart for the Fortress of the Dead. Belly of the Beast event chart. You can look at that. Feudal village. So we have a market. Guardhouse, so okay, shrine. I guess this is their version of the church. House of Healing. Well, okay. Guess that's the doctor's office. I must feed the healer. Feeding the wounded to a disgusting demon in the nearby woods. Catching him in the act, he runs off. Medical attention is not available to any hero for the rest of the day. Okay. Well, they got more than one doctor. A tavern. Okay. Here's our saloon. And swordsmith. I guess that's our blacksmith. Okay, we have our soundtrack here. Has 11 tracks. Okay, so I guess we have cards. Comes with, I have a bunch of decks, elemental decks. And then, there's the big boys right here. Look at that. Look how thick that is. Bunch of tokens. Okay, well, let's look at some of the cards. Okay, so I'm not going to go through each deck. I just want to show you how many cards you get and what type of cards you get for the base set, if you just got the base set. Now, you have about this many cards right here. As you can see, the thickness there are all like instruction cards. You know, your basic, what bandages do and stuff like that. You have this many starting gear cards. You have Belly of the Beast, which is actually kind of thick. Map tile deck. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of map tiles, but there's it's one that I found interesting. It says Massive Sphincter. Oh man, Beavis and Butthead would love that. So there's that. Then you have your other world threat cards, which there's not a lot of there. I guess the acid blobs, the parasitic tentacles, and the devoured dead are the only 3 enemies according to the base set that I guess belong in there. You have Encounters deck, which I found this interesting right here. This is Passage Encounters. This is something new, and as you can see, it's about that thick. So if you just get a regular Passage now, you have all these cards that have these cool encounters for it, which I think is pretty neat. Belly of the Beast Artifacts deck, about that thick. You have personal items, not that much. World card. Now you have 3 world cards. You have one for the mines, which has no special effect, which the mines. One Forbidden Fortress, which has no special effects. But then you have the Belly of the Beast, and it says Living World. As noted on the map cards, each Belly of the Beast passage map tile triggers a passage encounter card on it when the map tile is placed. So basically the only special effect now is when you do passage tiles, which I don't like doing those, to be honest with you, but I guess I'll start doing them now, is every time you have one of them you're going to have an encounter. I think that's pretty neat. We have our heroes. Remember, we have 4. Samurai has Wall of Steel, Determination, Rising Sun. I'll let you read those. Smoke Bomb for the Assassin. That's pretty neat, the teleportation part of that. The Running Assault, +1 move. And Ruthless. The Traveling Monk, Acrobatic Flip. Fist of Fury. Defender of the Light. And then we have the Sorceress, the Elemental Blast. Arcane Protection. Blood of the Dragon. She had another one in here. This is Demon Fireclaw. We have our Growing Dread cards, which there's not a lot of, to be honest with you. There's about that many. There's some Darkness cards. There's not a lot, so about that many. So if you can get the passage tiles, you know, I know they come with extra Darkness cards. So there's the Scavenge deck. Looks like to be the same. There's the Loot deck. The Forbidden Fortress map deck, as you can see, it's a little thicker. The Forbidden Fortress Encounters deck, it's a little thicker, and you know, I think I have the bonus stuff for that, so I'll even be thicker for that. The artifacts, the gear, which I'm assuming you could, you know, meld that into your regular gear stack and just add all gear. I don't see why not. Our low threat, not a lot. Medium threat, high threat, of course, epic threat. I guess that would be the living statue. And then some the Haragano trait. She comes with trait cards. She comes with 3. So the living statue trait, he comes with 3. iron skin. We have the ninja clans, so if you're a ninja or whatever, you get to pick a clan. Samurai battle tactics. Now there's surprisingly a lot in here, so there's a lot to choose from. And then you have your elemental magic. You have your fire, air, earth, and water, and that's a thick deck right there. So, you know, you can't complain about that. There's a lot to her. So she sounds like she's going to be pretty interesting to play as. A lot of variety on that. Okay, let's get to the tiles and cutout. Okay, so all in all, this is how many cards you get with the base set, and it's, as you can see, pretty freaking high. And just in case you know, Forbidden Fortress does have its own little icon there to let you know. Okay, so we have the tiles here. We have big one here, Belly of the Beast. And then we have these ensnared, so that's new. Herbs, potions, poisons, in caps. Boy, see now, these, they started getting a lot better with their tiles around the derelict ship. So, as you can tell, this looks a lot better. The lighting on it's really good. They've improved the quality of their tiles immensely. It's one. Some more Belly of the Beast here. Some more Forbidden Fortress tiles. We got exclamation marks. I guess that's. Yeah, it's two. It looks like that's an acid pool there. So we have our Fury, our Arcane Power, Fire, Strong, Chi, and Mana tokens. Of course, there's the usual, or the old usual, like Fire Blast type thing. There's one for our realm, I guess. Look at this big tile. This is one tile. That's a huge tile, man. Jeez. See, and there's another huge tile. Look at that, man. That's just, man. We have these exertion tokens here. Then you have these little things. I have no idea what the hell those things are, but it's part of the Belly of the Beast. And look at that. That just looks, boy, they really did a good job on these. I gotta say, I gotta give credit where credit is due. They have really upped their game on these tiles. Or some more Belly of the Beast. 5. Let's see. Bilestone. It's a big, nice garden tile. Sacred Stone. Hey, there's that sphincter. So. We have Traveling Monk. There, yeah, they're the hero characters. Amulet. Some more. I mean, that just looks. I can't wait to play Belly of the Beast. Explosives. Bleeding. Of course, I have bleeding markers out the ass. Huh. It's like dead people. Some more of these. The usual elite stuff from the base, the other core sets. God, I like that lighting. Lantern, spell scroll. A lot of these tokens I really won't need to do anything with because you can just use them from the other base sets, like the Grit and the Dark Stone. There's the starting Belly of the Beast. Your Revive tokens, your Exploration tokens, Dark Stone. And there's your starting thing. Our depth track, which is a little bit different. Just can't wait to see that. And a bunch of tokens. These are new. I don't know what these are. Yeah. Staying there about 10 10 of these. So that is the Forbidden Fortress base set of everything in it. Okay, well, that's the. So I think they want to sell this thing for around $100. Now, of course, you can buy it for sale in other places. Cool stuff for a little cheaper. Man, if you can get a chance to buy this, buy this. This is worth it. Look at all this stuff you get. I mean, this is, the cards are even over the bottom. It's a whole new base world. Okay, so let's take a look at Temple of Shadows next and see what that has to offer for us. Okay, so here's Temple of Shadows. Alright, so we have some of these guys here. Don't know what they are. I have no idea what actually comes with this. I done forgot. Look at these. Those are those lantern guys. Another 2 deck things here. Some more guys. Nice little insert. We have the adventure book. So let's see what this thing says here. I'm a little interested in this. It says, the Temple of Shadows once a home to ancient blah blah blah. Overview. 4 new map tiles. Okay, so adds new material specifically intended for use with the Forbidden Fortress core set. It's themed for Belly of the Beast, and so I guess you can have a special thing where you can go to the temple and just see. I wish they would have did another world instead of this, to be honest with you. The Temple of Shadows expansion is intended to build on the Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress core set. As such, there are several mechanics that assume players already have. Yeah. The new cards in this set should be added to the existing card decks from the Forbidden core set. 2 of the new otherworld enemies that can be encountered in the Belly of the Beast are the Bile Spiders and Lung Bats. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could have, I don't know. I could have, the Taboki clan. I guess they're kind of like the Scafford gang, you know, from the regular one. So we have the Skin Crawlers, the Spearmen, the Fallen Shogun. I guess is what they are, but they're like a deluxe. And here's our new heroes. A deluxe version of the Scafford gang, a real deluxe. We have Cursed Temple, Sacred Relic, Enemy at the Gates, Beast Beneath the World. And that has its own map. Ancient Hunger, Power of the Shogun. And of course, our new hero trees for Soldier, Geisha, Kitsune, that's the fox guy, and the Enforcer. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would have rather a little paint guide and overview, the Skin Crawlers, the Lanterns, the Spearmen. I mean, I would have rather had a brand new world. I'm sorry. I guess I just would have rather had that. But okay, it is what it is. So we have the Enforcer, high painter threshold, endurance 4. You may not take more than 4 wounds from a single hit. That's actually pretty good. Mercenary always rolls 1 extra die when scavenging. Those are stats. The Geisha, reassuring touch. At the end of a turn may heal D3 sanity from one other adjacent hero. Gain 5 XP for each sanity damage healed as normal. May not use double-handed items and is fast. This is kind of like the Saloon Girl. Kitsune, hiding in plain sight. Enemies are -1 on their 2 hit rolls targeting this hero. A 6+ still hits and triggers any special abilities. Always activates before enemies at initiative level and automatically passes all escape tests. And the soldier. Soldiers reload. If you do not move during your activation, add +1 shot to any double-handed gun you attack with. Fire discipline. You do not need to target adjacent enemies first with your range attacks. Okay, here's our villains, our skin crawlers. Terror 1. A hero starting their activation on the same map tile takes 1 horror hit. Moving through other models and changes targets each turn. A hero starting their activation to this enemy is -2 move. Parasitic Leech. This enemy gains +1 combat for each remains in play encounter, including passage encounters. Effect on the map tile. That's interesting. That's actually interesting. That's something new with that. That's actually interesting. Regeneration. Heals 2 wounds at the start of each turn. 1 combat. 10 damage. Good God. 20 health. Woo. Heals 2 wounds. Wow, 30 health. Woo. Alright, Taboke, Spearman, armor +5, regeneration, heals 2 wounds. Spears. May make its melee attack against a target up to 3 spaces away. Even if other models are in between, retargets each turn if not adjacent to the previous target. Darkstorm, 2 hit rolls with 6+, do double damage. That's double health. Oh, Fallen Shogun. Unspeakable Terror. A hero starting their activation on the same map tile automatically takes 2 horror hits. Darkstone armor, armor +4. Ruthless Warlord changes targets each turn, and all other enemies gain +1 combat shot with their attacks. Darkstone Radiation. A hero ending their move takes 1 corruption hit. Brutal Blade. Every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. Also, Shogun hit rolls of 6 are -1 defense to all heroes affected by the hit. 25 + 10 per hero. Yeah, get some a little bit more health that way. I don't know, some kind of lanterns. 8 initiative. Jumping moves through other models. Lashing Tongue will make a melee attack, targets every adjacent hero. Explosive. When this enemy is killed, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, 2, it bounces like a bomb and then explodes during d6 wounds, ignoring defense to every model in the same adjacent spaces. If killed by an explosive or critical hit, explodes on the roll of 1, 2, and 3 instead. Killed by an explosive or critical hit, it explodes instead. That's actually pretty cool. Wow. So, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I would have rather there been another world. This is just like the Scafford game, but they have their hideout with them, and you get some new heroes. And, I mean, you get some new missions, so... But yeah, I guess I would have rather had another world. Who knows? So, I don't have that many map tiles here, so let's go ahead and open this up. Take a look real quick. I mean, it's just what? A new... put that down for a second. A new Belly of the Beast. So we have... Alright, so this is... Got some weird looking dragon things, some Buddhas. A new Belly of the Beast. I guess that's the temple. With these Buddhas everywhere. You got these Buddhas everywhere. I wonder what they do. These dragon icon thing statues everywhere too. Another Belly of the Beast. And it says you can just add it. So temple. Got some new little blob things there. Got another one of these things. I guess that's the heart of the belly. See, we have distract -1 defense tokens. Yes, more of those. Now, I'll be honest with you, this would probably be the last expansion thing I would get for Forbidden Fortress, to be honest with you. If I bought it piecemeal, as when it came out, I probably would be. -1 to hit. Thanks. That's a neat little tile. So we have, yeah, that probably would be. Let's take a look at the card. Okay, so here are the cards that come with this. These are the gear cards. They're about that thick. Get 2 more of these. Yeah, some other world cards, and then adds those spiders and skin crawlers and stuff like that. I don't know, a couple more darkness cards. As you can see, there's not many. A couple more growing dread cards, not many. Here's your threat deck, your epic, low, high, medium. You do get some more elemental cards, so that's actually pretty cool. More personal items for your new heroes. We get artifacts. I put that there as personal items. Isn't that a promo card? No. That's like a Mortal Kombat. Of course, your standard 4-tile map deck. 4-tile map deck for Forbidden Fortress. About that many encounters. New artifacts. New encounters. New passage tiles. Of course, your starting gear. And then you have casting spells and mana. Then you have this adventure, Fallen Temple. It's kind of like the Badlands, I guess. The hero may choose to make any mission that starts in the Forbidden Fortress take place in a Fallen Temple with the following modifiers. So there's that. Then we have our heroes. We have our soldier. He has +1 move on the scout. Fall back. Sharp shooter. Then you have your geishas, distract, outwit. That's actually cool right there. Comforting laugh. Here's our enforcer. This actually, finding a weakness actually is pretty good. It's a good one-shotter. Failure is no option. Huh. Must note, whenever you fail a mission, as you must cut off 1 finger for your failure. After 5 missions, you gain -1 combat, but plus 1 max crit. After 10 failed missions, you lose the use of 1 hand. That's actually pretty cool. And Forbidden, and this has its own little symbol here for this expansion as well. A hard life. You're immune to status effects. That's actually come in handy too. It's not fancy, but it, or sexy, but it comes in handy. Kitsune Trickster. Huh. You can swap die rolls. Elemental Spirit, mana 3, you are keyword magic. So you can use the element magics too. And Pounce. Okay, so like I said, this just basically all just buffs that. You take all this and you mix it in with that. So I don't know if I would have gone that route, to be honest with you. I mean, it adds a few more things to it, but I would have rather they did another world. But hey, that's just me. So this basically buffs, adds 4 more heroes and buffs some new enemies for both the Belly of the Beast and Forbidden Fortress, and new tiles for them and new cards for them. Just more cards to add to them. So that's basically what that does. Okay, let's have a look-see at the Forest of the Dead. So this is one I was looking really forward to. You can put it with this, but if you have a regular campaign in the regular Western Shadows of Brimstone, you can simply add this as another world. So that's excellent. So we have some these. I love the other worlds. I think that's great. So now you have 7 really other worlds. 8 if you count this. Little insert here. 2 decks. Adventure book. Some hero. Oh, no heroes. That's right. That's right. We're just doing another world. And our, wow, look at that. Look how many tiles that is for that. That's good. This bag is not a toy. Nope. Keep away from babies. Okay. Do not use in cribs, beds, carriage, or playpen. It's a shame that this world has devolved into we have to put that on stuff now. Okay, so let's see here what we have. Decayed trees. These guys here, specters. Forest of the dead. Oh man, this is... So these are like the swamp guys from the serpent men from Jagarno, with the different colors and stuff. Shadow race. They're gonna come with... Okay, so we have a haunting. Pit arenas. Huh. That's interesting. Webbed. I got webbed markers. New side bag token salt. Overgrown. Into the shadow realm. Specters of the past. Haunting tokens. So there's going to be haunting tokens. Look at this. Look at that. Jeez. Soul Rune Arena. Wow. Broken amulet. Finding. Look at all this. This looks like room challenge. Wow. The Vikings tomb. Den of the Goru. Man, this is. They looks like they upped their game with this. This would be the first thing I got if I got Forbidden Fortress. When this thing comes out for retail, if you don't have the Kickstarter, when this thing comes out for retail, even if you don't have Forbidden Fortress, grab this. If you have your regular Shadows of Brimstone, this looks excellent. Consumed by Shadows, Bloodbane. I mean, and then Once a Hero. 6 really cool looking adventures. So we have the Goru, the Nuriana Vampires, Spectral Hordes, Shadow Race. Wow. Paint guide. And some optional rules. Starting missions in the mines instead of the fortress. Yeah, so you can do that. It tells you. That's pretty neat. So let's have a look at our monsters here. Spectral Horde. Terror. Here starting their activation on the same map tile automatically takes 1 horror hit. Spectral. This enemy moves through other models and changes targets each turn. It also has armor 4. Life Drain. This enemy's melee to hit rolls a 6+, ignore defense, and heal 1 wound from itself. Ghostly Feast. This enemy's combat is equal to the target's spirit skill +2. Disbelief. This enemy's defense is equal to the attacker's cunning skill. That's pretty good. Health 10. So it's basically the same, just a little bit harder on that. Shadow Wrath. Relics of Death. Draw a Shadow Wrath relic card for each Shadow Wrath when in play. When it enters play. Terror. Any hero starting activation of the same map tile takes 1 horror hit. Fear. A hero starting activation requires adjacent takes 4 horror hits. Wraith form. Shadow Wraths move through other models and armor 3+ against all damage not caused by a critical hit. This armor may not be ignored. Also, critical hits do not ignore a Shadow Wraith's defense. Soul Drain. Shadow Wraiths melee to hit rolls of 6 cause triple damage. God, 6 health +2 per hero. So these guys look like they're going to be a pain as well. I mean, wow. Goru. Terror. A hero starting their activation on the same map tile takes 1 horror hit. Vengeful Rage. Huh. I guess that goes with their combat there. Goru based combat is equal to the total number of heroes in the hero party. Okay. Beastly Claws. Goru combat hits ignore armor and their melee to hit rolls of 6+, also add a bleeding marker to the hero if not defended in addition to the normal damage. Animalistic Spirits. Critical hits only reduces enemy defense to 2. Not the same thing. And these vampire chicks. Tribal Brood. If there's not already a Nuriana Brood card in play, draw 1 for this enemy group. Moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Draining Bite.
Melee hit rolls a 6 plus are considered to be a drain. Hits any drain hits. Any drain hit that causes damage to a hero also begins to drain blood as the vampire feeds. The hero must roll a d6 to break free from that hit. On a roll of 5 plus, the hero breaks free and the drain is ended. Otherwise, the hero takes 1 additional wound, ignoring defense and armor, and must immediately roll again for the drain, continuing until breaking free from that hit or being KO'd. Yeah, 7 health there. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I would definitely, man, this would definitely be one I'd get. Alright, so let's have a look at these tiles. Got a big stack of them here. These forest tiles look really good. And then of course, you know, on the side of these boxes they tell you how to put these things together. I hope to God they're a lot easier to put together than they used to be. This is my hope. Alright, so let's start here. Here is Forest of the Dead here with web tokens and one of those. And then on the back, what the hell is that? I guess that's Forbidden Fortress. I have to double check. There's that Soul Rune tile. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Forbidden Fortress. It looks like the inside of the Forbidden Lonely Spirit. Everybody's got a ring girl. It's like more Forbidden, like the other ones came with more mine tiles. I guess this is more Forbidden Fortress tiles. But you says you can use mine, so yeah, that's a mine tile right there. Ankh. Salt. Some spirits. So these are their own tokens. I don't know what they are. Another one. There are a lot of tiles in here, man. Statue there. Blood Mistress. Huh. That looks pretty good. It's kind of like almost like the Swamps of Death. Wow, that looks pretty cool. Look at that. That's awesome. Bunch of number tokens too. I don't know what they're going to be for. Passage tiles. Scroll of Resurrection. Amulet fragments. More passage tiles. Our starting tile there. Some shootout, fury, corruption. Those. And I guess this is a different version. And a lot of tiles. Last one. Let me look in here. Let me. New enemies to keep leading markers. Doesn't say. Haunted Castle. Okay, okay. A new world card for the Forbidden Fortress tile is included. This is allowing players to venture into a haunted castle. Okay, this was some of the new missions, but it's also intended to be mixed into world card stacks. The Forbidden Fortress Hunt uses the normal Forbidden Fortress world map tile set, artifacts, and counters. It says new global game effects. Okay. So now you got the Temple of Shadows and a haunted castle out there you can go into with this forest. Okay, let's have a look at our card. Okay, so we have some new gear cards. We have our threat deck, which has epic, high, low, and regular. That's about that thick, so that's actually pretty good. We have our Otherworld threat deck, which is about that thick. We have our world cards, and like I said, the Forest of the Dead is Shadow Realm. Anytime the hold back the darkness roll is failed, every hero takes 1 horror hit or 2 horror hits if you're holding the lantern. Heroes with Spirit 4 or higher are +1 max grit but -2 sanity. And then the Forbidden Fortress Haunted Castle. Special apparitions. All encounter cards that are keyword active gain the keyword ghost. Whenever a ghost encounter card is drawn, all heroes take 2 horror hits. Brave the Night. Whenever the hero party marker moves into a blood splatter space on the depth track, every hero may recover a grit on the roll of d6 4+ each. And here's the icon for the Haunted Forest. Let's see, here's the map deck. That's for the regular tiles. These are the Forest of the Dead map deck. We have some more artifacts for Forbidden Fortress, about that many. Some more encounters for Forbidden Fortress, so Forbidden Fortress is going to be stacked. Some Forest of the Dead artifacts. Forest of the Dead encounters. Some more Growing Dread cards. Your basic instruction cards. Some darkness cards. The Nuriana Broods. There's several of those. Wrath Relics, which is cool looking. Look at these, man. Wow. Dead Man's Pistol. Look at that Shadow Blade. Ignores armor. Ignore defense on that. Death Lantern. This lantern. Hold back the living. It's pretty neat there. I like that. Haunted Memories. Which that's what these look like. So I guess some cool stuff for that. I don't want to give that away. And then Legendary Specters deck. So we got some Legendary Specters. Ramika. So wow, I am truly impressed by that Forest of the Dead. If I didn't own even the base set of this, I would get the Forest of the Dead. That'd be the first one of the first things I got. So wow. Okay, so let's well, next up we're gonna open our this and see what we have in there. Alright, so let's see what comes out of this thing. From the side, I guess I should just dump it all out, I guess. Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright, so we have one new deluxe enemy, that cool dragon. We have some clan ninjas. Sumo pledge. I guess this is the sumo one. Yeah, there's the sumo character. Tadera veteran. Ha! Looking forward to him. Some new heroes, bad guys. Some new tokens. Ninja stars. Devil heads. Oh, jeez. Forbidden Fortress. Well, at least this tells you what comes in there. Some stun, I guess, fury, shatter grenades. Noise tokens now, okay. Spider's lair. Webbed. Burning markers. Okay, so this contains Fortress of the Fallen card supplet, Devoured by Darkness card supplet, Forbidden Fortress Artifacts Pack 1, Belly of the Beast Artifact Pack 1, the Sacred Mountains card supplement. Sumo Hero Kickstarter exclusive cards, Tadarian Veteran Hero Kickstarter exclusive cards, Enemy pack Bone Eaters, enemy pack Magma Fiends, XL enemy pack Jagarno Spider Queen, Jagumo Spider Queen, Deluxe enemy pack Shorin the Dragon King, and then Deluxe enemy pack Shadow Clan Ninja and Kujaki Ninja Master. Huh. So we have in our instruction book here. So we have the Shadow Clans here. Of course, they're going to have their own. You see how they have the different colors there. That's pretty neat. Some of those masks right there. And it comes with some missions. Shadow War, 2 missions, and Master of Death. Huh. Then we have the Spider Queen. She comes with a mission. 1 new mission, a Tangled Web. The Dragon King here. You got all these cards there. He has 2 missions. Shadow of the Dragon and Fury and the Flame. And it tells you how to assemble. And then they have the Magma Fiends. They're going to go straight to my Cinder pile, because that's what they do, Caverns or Cinder. Bone Eaters. Looks like they are going to be in the belly of the beast. Yeah. And then of course we have the Sumo Wrestler. They're blind. They come with a noise token, so I guess they're like them Lickers in Resident Evil 2 or something like that. They go by sound. That's pretty neat. I like that. Sumo Daring Veteran. Okay. And here is the Sumo. Let's see here. This is Initiative 2. Large. This hero is large size. He automatically passes escape tests for medium or smaller enemies and may move into spaces with medium or smaller enemies while shifting that model into the space he just left. This does not allow a hero to move through barriers. When moving into a space with a model, you may roll a d6. On a 4+, you may push that model back onto one of the 3 adjacent spaces behind instead of shifting it into the space you just left. No single model may push more than once per turn. Gains +1 combat for each open hand he has. Interesting. There's the female version. She don't look as big. Where's my Tadaran veteran? Here we go. Let's look at him real quick. Got the cowboy hat on. Starts with the Tadaran veteran faction card of your choice. You are battle hardened. You are defense 3+ instead against enemy ranged attacks, and you do not need to target adjacent enemies first when making a ranged attack. Otherworldly native. Starts with a Tadara personal item instead of a normal personal item. Also +3 lore while in the Tadara Otherworld. Trusted trench pistol, worn trench coat, veteran's breath mask. I can't wait to play him. And our enemies, we have the Jorgamo, 25+ hero. Terror takes 2 horror hits starting on the same map tile. Wall crawl moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Spider magic, at the start of her activation each turn casts a random spell from the spider magic deck. Spider's lair, place a spider's lair marker on the map tile that the Jagarno entered play on. Any hero ending their move on the spider's lair map tile must pass an agility 5 test or get web markers. Web spinner, melee to hit rolls of 1, immediately add a web marker to the target. Tough, immune to critical hits. She's got about the same for that. Magma Fiends, chewing through rock. When setting up this enemy group, even in ambush, select a random exit on the map tile and place these enemies in the spaces closest to the exit. If the exit was blocked, remove the end cap opening. It is a new door. Lava Spew. Magma Fiend melee hit to hit roll at 6+ immediately add a burning marker. Cinder Form. Magma Fiends only move the shortest distance to reach your target. Anytime a Magma Fiend moves out of a space, place a lava space 5+ marker in that space if there's not already one there. Immune to critical hits. 2 health. That's pretty neat. They leave a trail of that magma crap then. Yeah, that's about the same. Kosagi Ninja Master. Shadow Clan. If there's not already a Shadow Clan card in play, draw 1 for this enemy. Range attacks. Moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Kasagi Master. This enemy's combat hits ignore armor and he gains X combat, where X is the difference between his initiative and the target's initiative. It's pretty good. Whirlwind Dodge. Armor 5+ or Armor 4+ versus range attacks. 10 plus 3 per hero. And on the Brutal, he has Living Shadow, immune to critical hits. The Bone Eaters. Blind Senses. While at least one Bone Eater is on the board, all heroes gain noise markers for taking certain actions, as defined by the Noisemaker reference card. Guided by Noise. Bone Eaters prioritize targets by who has the most noise markers and will not target attack a model with 0 noise markers. They also gain +1 defense and +1 combat for each noise marker the attacking target hero has. When placed for an ambush, all non-stealth heroes gain D3 noise markers each. Wandering. While Bone Eaters are the only enemy type on the board, heroes may explore, look through doors, and scavenge during the fight. At the start of any turn, remove any Bone Eaters from the board that are not within 18 spaces of a hero. And they're immune to critical hits. That's kind of neat. And then we have the Clan Ninja. I guess these are like the bandits. Moves to enemies combat armor. Yeah, I guess they're like the bandits. They're basic. Your basic ninjas. They're immune to critical hits on their Brutal. And then here's this big guy right here, the Shoryu, the Dragon King. He has an elite chart. Got to roll for an elite ability, boy. Combat 8, damage 3, 60-10 per hero. Wow. Unspeakable Terror. A hero starting activation on the same or adjacent tile takes 3 horror hits. His initiative is P. Endurance. This enemy cannot take more than 5 wounds. Moves through each other models and changes targets each turn. Sweeping Serpent Body. Any hero on map tile that this enemy touches during its move must pass an agility 5+ test or take 1 hit that does damage equal to his enemy's current initiative. Terrifying Roar. Whenever the darkness would move a space on the depth chart, roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, the dragon emits a terrifying roar, doing d6 horror hits to every hero on the board instead. Dragon Magic. At the start of its activation, cast a random spell from the Dragon Magic deck. Dragon Horde. When the dragon is defeated, each hero may draw 2 loot cards. Dragon King. Shurin only. So he's a specialized one like the Ancient One or Belial, which I'm glad for. Master of Dragons. When casting elemental attack, Dragon Magic spell, draw a random elemental dragon trait card and use the elemental attack listed on that card. Taunt. Whenever a hero takes 6 or more wounds from Shurin's attack, every hero on the map, same map tile as that hero, including the hero that took the wounds, immediately takes D3 corruption. Surely you are not the best humanity has to offer. Pitiful. Ancient Claws. His immediately hit rolls of 6+ or -1 to target's defense. Dragon's Destiny. His Shear is +1 on all his 2 hit rolls while at less than half health remaining and tough. He's immune to critical hits. And look at those melee abilities. Wow. 70 per hero. So yeah, it's about the same, but his initiative is 2 peril die. Look at that. 12 combat on his Brutal. Ugh. Boy, that's going to be terrible. So let's look at the Tadera Veteran. There's his skill chart. You want to take a look at it. And the Simo's skill chart. You want to take a look at that. Now let's take a look at the cards. Okay, so if you sumo pledged, these are the cards that came with it. It's the Otherworld threat cards. You got various gear cards. Some more darkness cards. Just a few. You got a whole bunch of Forbidden Fortress encounter cards. So there's going to be a lot of encounters in the Forbidden Fortress. Some instruction cards. We have our starting gear cards, but that was only for 2 heroes. We have Belly of the Beast Artifacts deck, which is that, so you're going to add a lot more to that. And here's our threat decks right here. I mean, look at all those cards that got added to it. And that's epic, you know, low, high, medium. Ninja Shadow Clans. Deadly missions. Huh. Yeah. Shadow Clan leaders. Spider Magic. Tadaria veteran fractions. Forbidden Fortress artifacts. So again, we got a lot more artifacts for Forbidden Fortress. Dragon Magic. Elemental Dragon trait. We have some personal items. Then we have our heroes here. We have Field Officer for the Tadera Veteran. Extra starting gear, Officer Saber. From the front lines. You also gain free attack once per fight. Throw shatter grenade. Extra starting gear, Old Darkstone Carbine. And Tainted by War. Start with a mutation. That would always kind of be cool. Always roll twice and choose which one to keep. Yeah. Sumo, multi-hand slap for the E-Honda fans. It's per turn. If you use 1 grit to automatically do D3 plus 1 basic hits to an adjacent enemy. Wow. Yeah, I have 2 hands open. I can just see Honda's thing now. Wrestling champion. And Belly Smash. Free attack once per fight. That's another E-Honda thing right there. Wow. And then, of course, it came with the Sacred Mountains Adventure. So you have the Sacred Mountains that you can do that with. The anime theme Spider Queen type adventure. And here are the artifacts card for Forbidden Fortress, Belly of the Beast, Sacred Mountains game supplement that tells you what comes on there. Then we have Forbidden Fortress, more Forbidden Fortress encounters. It's Fortress of the Fallen game supplement, so you're going to add that. And more Belly of the Beast encounters for the Devoured by Darkness. So that's a lot for a Sumo. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at, I guess the models will be in here. We'll do that last, but I guess we'll take a look at our Shogun pledge and see what we got in that. Alright, well here's our Shogun pledge box. I think this is Shogun pledge box. It should be, because the thing had Sumo. I don't like that now. They could have done without doing that. Okay, it's empty. We got 2 card packs in here. See, we get Dynamo Hero, Enemy Pack Flesh Mites, Enemy Pack Arcane Tongue Demons, Enemy Pack Taboki Cannon, XL Enemy Pack The Gastro Tyrant, Enemy Pack Thunder Warriors, XL Deluxe Enemy Pack Almaraki and Scourge Dead. Feudal Japan Allies card, Deluxe Enemy Pack, Legendary Enemies, Red Ronin, Naboo Taskmaster, Tengo Blino Master, and Undead Dynamo. Enemy Pack Temple Dogs, and Enemy Pack Tabaki Rifleman. There's the Dynamo that got mangled in the box there. Jeez. Man, I don't like that. Guess I'll have to straighten that thing out there, huh? Okay, let's see what we got in here. Oh. Deluxe Enemy Pack Court of the Fallen Shogun, Fallen Sorcerers, and Kamuso Summoners. Okay, here's our Shogun Pledge Rules Collection. Morky Carrion Phoenix. Okay. Okay, he's the Phoenix, and the 6th Scrounge Dead. So there's his model's going to look like. And those dead guys right there. Vile Plagues. That ought to be pretty cool. See, it comes with 2 missions. Plague Win. There's some art for it right there. And the Burning Beast. That's what that's going to look like. We have Court of the Fallen Shogun. I guess they're like either the undead gunslingers or Gafford gang. They're models. Two missions: Holding Court and Stolen Soul. Spirit Warden Solus. Then we have Legendary Villains. 4 new legendary villains to your games. Included 1 Red Ronin. I guess you can put them anywhere you want. Huh. The Red Ronin. The Undead Dynamo. They're your 4 new enemies. Tengu, Nobu, Taskmaster. Legendary tag on their enemy sheets, meaning there are unique characters and that may never be more than one of each of them at play. The Undead Dynamo and Nobu Taskmaster do not have the legendary tag, as they are not specific unique characters but a rather infamous type of villain. There's 1 new mission. Showdown. I wonder if that's like the duel. Choose randomly to determine which of the 4 villains the heroes will be hunting. Okay, and then it comes with a little thing for each one of them. Alright, then we have Raging Thunder Warriors. Hey, there's Raiden. So we got 1 from Mortal Kombat, the Sumo guy, and Raiden here. Sumo from Street Fighter's a Honda, and here's Raiden. Emissaries of the Dragon King. That's their models. And they get 1 mission, Riders of the Storm. Then we have the Gastral Tyrant. And he comes with 1 mission, Deadly Harvest, and he has his egg nest. So that ought to be pretty cool. Yeah, there he's going to be like that. We have the Flesh Mites. Temple Dogs. Okay, the Tongue Demons. The Taboki Riflemen. The Cannon. So they're kind of like, you know, the Lost Army, I guess. Their cannon's a little bit different, but there's their cannon. Feudal Japan Allies. We have the Conscripts. That's one thing I never played with in regular Shadows Brimstone that I didn't care too much for. I didn't think it was that good with the Old West Allies, so I may not play with any of these guys. The Banner Bearer, the Monkey, the Ronin Bodyguard, and the Conscript. Of course, they have those different type of cards, and we'll look at them in a minute. And the Hero Pack, the Dynamo. Huh, okay. And we have the Ishiguro Exploration Chart. I guess this comes with for the allies. There. Huh. Wait a minute. Gruesome Fate. Huh. Yeah, okay. Here are the little ally cards. Here is Banner Bearer Mutations. Banner Bearer Upgrades. I mean, it adds a whole new level to it, but I just never did. I never thought it was that really good, but you know, I could be wrong. I might try these. That's one. I think the only expansion I never got for regular Shadows of Brimstone was the Allies of the Old West. I never really cared for them. But, you know, you can upgrade them and then they have mutations, so... Ronin Bodyguard. Limit 1 per party. I mean, I guess you could hire him. You say, hey man, we need to hire this guy. Okay, we have some tokens here. We have some more of these. Some of them egg nest tokens. Poison. Some of those tokens. That looks pretty neat. I don't know what that is. Here's the banner bearer. Limit 2 per party there. Huh. The conscript, there's his card. I don't know. I just never saw the point in them, but you know, upgrades for him. His mutation chart. Here's the monkey. His upgrades. Ooh. A mutation. Imagine that traveling around with a mutated monkey. Alright, got some enemies here, but let's do our hero first. We have the Dynamo, there he is, Max Fury 5, Samurai Battle Tactics. Starts with 2 random Samurai Battle Tactics drawn from any Battle Tactics deck. Draw 2, choose 1 for each. Battle Tactics may each only be used once per turn. Command Fury, anytime you or an ally with the hero party does 1 or more wounds to an enemy with a combat or ranged hit, gain 1 Fury token. Honor Guard starts each adventure with 1 armored Ashgarian ally. Okay, well that's kind of neat. I mean, I could see you using that. I mean, he starts with an ally, so you get a free ally with it. That's actually kind of cool, and it looks like he's got a gun right there, so he's a gun welding blade guy. That's kind of neat. Alright. Scourge Dead. I guess these are like the regular dead. Fear. Any hero starting their activation automatically takes 2 horror hits. Vile Plague. When this enemy group enters play, draw a Vile Plague card if there's not one already in play. Rise from the Grave. When killed, place a corpse token in the space. All corpse tokens generate Scourge of the Dead instead of Dishonored Dead. Burning Strike. Anytime a hero takes 1 or more wounds from a Scourge Dead combat hit, they also gain a burning marker. They don't look that strong though. Yeah, it just doubles their health. The Tengu Blind Master. Look at this. Legendary. And he has a brutal side, of course. Health 15, 3+ hero. Melee. Moves through each other models and changes targets each turn. Blind Master. When rolling to hit, this enemy rolls his dice in secret, under a cup or behind a book. Then the target hero chooses a number from 1 to 6, and all of the 2 hit dice that match that number are removed. If at least 1 die was removed, the target hero may choose another number to remove. Continue to a number is picked that does not match any of the 2 hit dice. Then all remaining dice are counted as hits on the target. Any of these remaining dice that are doubles do double damage each. Any that are triples do triple damage each. Wow. Ultimate Pare. For each 2-hit roll of 1 or 2 that an adjacent hero rolls, cancels their highest rolled successful hit. If there are no successful hits left to cancel, instead this enemy does 1 free combat hit to that hero outside of its normal sequence. Immune to critical hits unless adjacent. So that's an interesting Blind Master thing. I guess that, stronger health. I'd probably slow things down a little bit, but who knows. Taboki Cannon. Fear. Hero starting activation take 2 horror hits. The Taboki Cannon follows the rules for ranged enemies. Range, any shot damage, P. If there are adjacent heroes, attacks each of them using combat. Instead, otherwise fires an explosive cannonball as detailed on the heavy cannon's reference card. Siege weapon. If a Taboki cannon has no targets in line of sight for its attack, draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack instead. And is immune to critical hits. 18 health. I don't like that siege weapon. Add a Growing Dread card. So this, yeah, I kind of like the Lost Army. Akame, Demon. Leaping moves through other models when moving to attack. Only moves as short as distance possible. Each target, after moving at least one space to reach a target, gains +3 damage on all of its combat hits. Filth Licker gains +1 combat for each corruption point mutation the target currently has. From the shadows, when attacking from ambush, always gains +3 from leaping on the first turn of an ambush. Alright, so there's that. Okay, on Morake. Unspeakable Terror. A hero starting their activation on the same or adjacent map tile automatically takes 1 horror hit. Flight, moves through other models, changes targets each turn, breathes fire. At the end of its move, makes a ranged attack at a random hero within range. Range template, shots, damage P. Fire. Every hero touched by the template is hit once and gains 1 burning marker unless in cover. Carrion Phoenix adds +1 to all rolls for corpse tokens on its map tile at the end of turn. Natural ones, rolls of 1 still remove the token. Also, corpse tokens generate Scourge Dead instead of Dishonored Dead. Okay. Phoenix Regeneration, while at half or less health, heals D6 wounds at the start of each turn. 18 +6 per hero. So just double its health. That'll be pretty interesting. The Undead Dynamo. Terror, a hero starting activation on the same map tile takes 2 horror hits. Banner of the Dead. Draw a Banner of the Dead card for the Undead Domino when it enters play. Tattered Armor, Armor 5+. Pistol. At the end of its move, makes a free ranged attack at a random hero. D8 damage. 2 war. All other enemies reroll fail to hit rolls once per attack. 12 and 2 plus hero. Gastral Tyrant. 30. 5+ hero. Hit point initiative. Unspeakable Terror. Hero starting activation on the same or adjacent map tile takes 2 horror hits. Spiny Arms moves through other models and changes targets each turn. After moving, makes its full combat attack against every adjacent hero. Paralytic Toxin. At the start of its activation, each turn sprays Paralytic Toxin at a random hero within range 4 template. So you're going to be using the template a lot with these guys. Every hero touched by the template takes 3 toxin hits. Each failed defense causes no damage but gives the hero a poison marker. Devour. +1 combat against a target for each poison marker that model has. Okay. And it's immune to critical hits. I bet he's going to be a nasty in the belly of the beast. Yeah. 50 +5 per hero, man. Thunder Warriors. Masters of Thunder moves through other models and changes targets each turn, immune to weather effects. Windstorm. Whether every hero starting their activation on map tile with 1 or more Thunder Warriors is -2 move. Minimum 1. Tough, immune to critical hits. Lightning Bolts. Spell. Range attack. At the start of its activation, makes a free range attack at a random hero within range and line of sight. Ignores armor. Each hit roll causes a hit on the target, as well as every other hero adjacent. Yeah, I can see that with the shock. 12 range. Fallen Sorcerers. Void Magic. At the start of its activation, if not adjacent to a hero, after any retreat move, a Fallen Sorcerer rolls a d6 on 1 through 4. It hurls an elemental bolt targeting per hero as per shootout. On 5 through 6, it casts a random spell from the Void Magic deck. And then it has the hit rolls for each element. And immune to critical hits and explosives. And damages the peril die. Nobu Taskmaster. Vicious Whip. He's 1 initiative. May make his melee attack against a target up to 3 spaces away, even if other models are in between. Retargets each turn and only moves the shortest distance to reach its target. Shouting commands. At the start of its activation, each turn draws and play a Taskmaster command card. Endurance 3. The enemy cannot take more than 3 wounds from any single hit, and he's tough, immune to critical hits. And he has 12 plus 3 per hero. So I can see a lot of mini campaigns being done with these guys. Temple Dogs, where their initiative has an asterisk there. Fear, a hero starting their activation automatically takes 2 horror hits. Brutal Bite, Temple Dog to hit rolls of 6+ do an extra Brutal Bite hit with damage equal to 2 times the target hero's level. That's not good. Stalking their prey, Temple Dog's initiative is equal to the hero party level. Also, on the first turn of an ambush attack, Temple Dogs are double their current combat, and they're immune to critical hits. And let's see, their brutal side's basically the same thing. Flesh Mites. Immune to critical hits. This enemy to hit rolls of 6+ or 2 extra damage. Razor Sharp. Show heroes adjacent to one or more Flesh Mites are -1 defense, 3 health. I mean, I guess you could use these in the regular Brimstone too. Feeds on gore. Anytime a hero takes 1 or more wounds from a Flesh Mite attack, every Flesh Mite adjacent to that hero feeds, healing 1 wound each. P for the combat. Yeah, that combat is D6 on that one. See here. Komuso Summoners. A magical bear. Immune to critical hits, and heroes may not assign hits to this enemy unless adjacent to it. Chilling Tones. Spell. At the start of this enemy's activation, every hero on its map tile takes D3 horror hits or D6 if adjacent. Dark Enchantment. All other non-summoner enemies on the same or adjacent map tile as 1 or more Komuso Summoners gain +1 combat shot and +1 defense. They enhance everybody then. Spirit Conjuring. At the end of this enemy's move, roll a d6. On the roll 4+, draw a Conjured Spirit card, or if a Conjured Spirit has already been drawn, it becomes enhanced. Okay, so I can see these guys being a little bit of a problem. That sign hits this enemy unless adjacent. Yeah. Red Ronin. Brutal Swordsman. Heroes are -1 to their defense rolls against the Red Ronin's combat hits. Dance of Death. This enemy changes targets each turn. Blood Armor 4+. Red Fury. The target of this enemy's combat hits must roll defense and armor rolls for each hit individually, not as a group. For each hit that has at least 1 wound to the target, the Red Ronin gains 1 Fury token. At the end of his attack, the Red Ronin automatically spends all of his Fury to trigger his Battle Tactic card with the matching Fury cost. If he has more than 5 Fury, he will spend it on the 5 cost Battle Tactic, and the remainder on triggering a second Battle Tactic with a Fury cost equal to its remaining Fury. 5 combat, 1 damage, but I guess some tactics aren't going to be easy. 12 plus 3 per hero. And the Taboki Rifleman. I guess these are the Lost Army, yeah, of the Forbidden Fortress World. Armor 5+, regeneration, heals 2 wounds at the start of each turn. Darkstone Rifles, not as many shots. Darkstone Ruins, Taboki to hit rolls of 6+, do double damage. Combat 1, damage 5. Okay, well, I mean, this pack gave us a lot of new enemies, a lot of extra enemies came with the Shogun, I guess. Wow, I mean, that's plenty of enemies and 1 hero to flesh everything out. Alright, so let's go through the card pack and we'll see what those are. Okay, so these are the cards that come with the Shogun. These are all instructions cards. We have Samurai Battle Tactics, which is about that thick. So you see the Fury on the top. I guess he's like kind of like the preacher, but he's a bad guy. This is Banners of the Dead, but it's that thick. It's not really that thick. Got some more gear cards. So we're going to have a big stack of gear cards. We're going to have a big stack of Forbidden Fortress artifacts. I'm still a little disappointed that we didn't get more worlds. In the original Shadows of Brimstone Kickstarter, I mean, look at all the worlds you got. You got freaking 6 worlds, basically, plus the mines and the canyons. This one you only have 3. But, you know, okay. I wish they would have. I wish the Temple of Shadows. Man, I really wish that would have been another deluxe expansion, other world expansion card. So, oops, did I do that? I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay, there's the encounters. So you're going to add more encounters. Some more darkness cards. We have the Dynamo. He has Battlefield Generals. 3 armored allies. So, man, he's good for solo play because you can have a bunch of allies with you, man. That's pretty good. Strategist. Extra starting gear. And Warlord. And he gets extra starting gear there. But I guess he's going to have them allies hanging out with him. We have the Red Ronin Battle Tactics deck, which is about that big. See, he has taunt and all that other stuff, so he has a fury cost. Conjured Spirits, that deck is about that thick, and as you can see, you have there's that enhanced on the bottom. Mischievous Spirits, Bound by Evil, every hero on the. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Void Magic, well, I guess you can mix this with your regular Brimstone Void Magic deck and just add more. We got a hell of a lot more Void Magic spells. A massive, my God, threat deck, I guess with all the new enemies. That's how thick that thing is. High, epic, low, and medium. Taskmaster commands. Fight you dogs. So he's, yeah, okay, I see that. It's not that much though, it's about that thick. Ally specialties. It's about that thick. You give them honorable warrior, stuff like that. Daily events, I imagine when they come out with the feudal town, you'll be adding these to the feudal town cards. So I'm going to get that whenever that comes out, but I don't expect that for another year. We have the Vile Plagues. Void Pox, Blistering Skin, cool stuff. We have our Otherworld threat decks, and they put 2 Caverns of Cinder in there, so there's that. We have the Raging Stormlords. It's about that thick. And they have Thunder. It's a Thunder Warrior plus 12 health armor plus 5. And then we have the starting gear. Okay. Well, let's have a look-see in the boxes and see what's in those. Okay, so here's this big box here. Let's see what we have in it. There's that carrion bird. That looks like the Gastro Tyrant. Some more warriors. These are the allies. You can tell from the different color. Here are some more samurai or whatever. There's some flying dudes, I guess, in Tengu. There's the Raidens. Looks like the Sorcerers. Jeez. These look like our hero. Some more warriors. Man, I hope everything's in here. Man, I hope I'm not missing anything. It's going to take me a while to figure out if I'm missing anything. There's the Flesh Mites. God, it's going to tell. Oh God, I hope I'm not missing nothing. Here's the. What, that looks like a monkey or something there. No, those are those corruption eating guys right there. Okay. Remind me of that Big Trouble in Little China monster. Surprised they didn't put some references from that in here. Ooh. I don't know who these guys are. I guess they're sorcerers or something.
Okay, and the temple dogs. Okay, so that's all in that box. I guess it's all mixed up. And then we have this box right here. We have the dragon guy. That's that big dragon. This is the other part of the big dragon, so goodness. Man, is he going to be freaking huge, man. He takes 2 big bags of model parts. So you can tell he's going to be huge. He may be the biggest one yet. That looks like the sumo. So this is a sumo one right here. God damn, there's more of the dragon. So he's 3 bags. Ooh, look at that. That little rune thing there. You put that on there. The ninjas. What are these? Those are those blind guys, those blind monsters. Hell, they just threw a damn big ass base in there. Let's see here. These are the trees. Oh, what the hell that is? I don't know. Or the gas. I don't know what that is. It's a big one though. Magma fiends. They're gonna go in my Caverns of Cinder box. I guess some more ninjas. Here's looks like the Tadarian hero. And the acid blobs. Okay, well that's it. So a lot of people ask me, say, how do you I've got a lot of questions. How do you organize your stuff? Well, if you remember, I have this big tackle box. Gotta put these candles on. I got from Walmart, and holds all my tokens. So I put all my tokens in here. As you see, I have 3 rows on each side, and then I have my basic cards that don't belong to any particular thing, like the mine artifacts and gear and the depth chart and all that stuff in there, and it barely holds it. I mean, barely holds it. So I'm going to have to get a new one of these for Forbidden Fortress, although I guess I could add some of these to that. Now, as far as the games go, I kept the box for each world, as you can see. So, like, all Tadera stuff is in here, except for the models. I keep them separate. But all Tadera cards, map tiles, special stuff of that nature, like in Caverns of Cinder, all the special lava square tokens, stuff like that, stay in there. I keep each world separate. As you can see, I have the Frontier Town, and here, although it's flattened a little bit, are all my monster cards, except for monsters that are specifically to a other world. And here are my little regular monsters, monsters that can be used in the mines or anything like that, but like the Blasted Waste, the Derelict Ship, and on the rest of the other worlds, they have their monster cards that belong to that specific. So like let's say the Caverns of Cinder, where you have the Hellfire Succubi and stuff like that, or the Tadera ones where you have all the Tadera warriors, all their cards, their enemy cards are in the box. So that's what I do. I keep each world separate. Only monsters specific to each set are in those.
the rest of the monsters are in there, and you can determine, like, some are easy to determine, like, you know, like the swamp serpent men. Well, they're only going to be in the swamps of death, so it's not that hard to determine. You can pick and choose. Some are a little in the gray area, but I tend to just go with one that really fits that group, and then just stay with it. So that's how I do that. And we move over here. As you can see, turn this off real quick. I have my these little things I got from Walmart as well. Now on the top of them are my hero characters. I keep my heroes separate, and the bigger monsters, as you can see. And then each shelf pulls out, and I have a specific world in that shelf. Like, this is all City of the Ancients, the Targa Plateau, and the Swamps of Death. This side is the Targa Plateau, and this side are the Swamps of Death monsters. And I do that for each world. So as you can see, like right here, I have the Blasted Waste and the Caverns of Cinder. And then right here, I have the Derelict Ship, and I decided to go with him to be only at the Derelict Ship. This is one of those ones with the gray areas where I was talking about. He's a good big boss monster, but he actually comes in one of the, I think he comes in the City of the Ancients base set as a big enemy, but he looks so alien and everything, I keep him in the Derelict Ship, so he goes there. And then of course you have Tadera on that side. And then I have my just regular groups of monsters. I split them up. You know, I have the enemy packs that aren't specific to another world, which is all of them except for the Hellfire Succubi. The Hellfire Succubi I keep in Caverns of Cinder. So I put all my specific enemy pack monsters in one. That's all 5 of them. And then here I have just a bunch of regular other monsters where they go. You know, all these guys, these two, those I kept because they're the enemy packs, but I kept in a separate drawer. But all these are ones you can just encounter in the mines, no problem, willy-nilly. You can encounter them anytime in the mines. These are all my mine monsters. And these are all my mine monsters, but I just kept them separate because they're specific enemy packs, and they each have a leader. And this one doesn't have anything, so I'm going to have to put some stuff in there. But that's the way I organize my stuff, and it helps me keep it organized very much that way. The trick is just to keep everything to a specific world, assign a space for a specific world, and put everything that belongs to that specific world in that space. And that's the best way I found to do that. Okay, as you can see, this Kickstarter was massive. I paid for the Shogun Pledge somewhere around, I think, $300, and I definitely got my money's worth. I mean, this alone could cost about $75 to $100. You know, another $50 to $70 for each one of those. Not counting all the exclusive the monster packs and heroes. So, and I'm going to get even more whenever they come out with the Feudal Town, or if they come out with anything else for this. I might get like the Doorways thing. That didn't come. That didn't come with the Kickstarter. You had to buy add-on separately, and I didn't get it. So it was definitely worth it. If you didn't get the Kickstarter and you want to go piecemeal with everything, it's going to be expensive as hell. I learned that the hard way with the first Shadows of Brimstone, because I didn't kickstart it. I went piecemeal, and I have everything except the allies and a few other things like the altar and the Doomsday Machine, and I may still yet get those, but you know, it costs a lot, and it took a lot of time to get all that stuff. That thing is what, 6 years old, it seems like. So, but I highly recommend Forest of the Dead. If they put that on sale, you need to grab that. That looks fantastic. As far as my schedule goes, well, for the rest of this week, today's the 6th of February. For the rest of this week, I have the normal video schedule. Next week I have the normal video schedule too, because I knew this was coming, so I did a lot of videos in advance. The week after that is nothing but Marvel Legendary playthroughs. Because they were quick, easy, and fun as well. Now don't get me wrong, I love Marvel Legendary, but they were quick, easy, and fun, and let me do several of those in a row. So I do that. Then after that, on that Sunday, we're going to start Forbidden Fortress. So Shadows Sundays will come back on that Sunday. Not this Sunday, not the next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. But it's going to take me a couple weeks to, as you can see, sort all this crud out, put all these models together. There's got to be over, what, a couple 300 models to piece together. Paint them all, because I'm going to have to paint them. And then go over these scenarios and come up with a campaign. So it's going to take about a couple, 2.5 weeks. You know, I still got to work and stuff, so I got to do that when I'm not working. And plus I have, you know, a toddler who I have to watch at times too. So, and then everyday life stuff. But I'm probably, by the time I start playing, I'm probably going to be burnt out on painting and putting together models. I just hope they're a lot easier to put together than the original ones. But I think I may do a video after I get them all painted and put together, just to show what they all look like and stuff. That dragon, man, he looks huge, so he looks impressive. But I cannot wait to play. My only disappointment is the Temple of Shadows. That's my only little disappointment. But you never know. I may play it and it may be greater. But it just seemed like it was a buff for already a thing that had a lot in it. But yeah, so it's going to take me a while. So please be patient with me on that. I mean, and you know, deciding what missions to do, what heroes we're going to use for our first campaign, how many heroes, what monsters go where, and then of course, like I said, painting them and putting together, and then getting everything organized and stored in a coherent manner. But I hope you enjoyed it. This was a long unboxing, but this was 2-something years, and Shadows of Brimstone are my most popular videos on my website. I mean, on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to do a very thorough, unboxing of what you got if you got your Shogun Kickstarter. And I just wanted to show everybody. It may be a little long, but man, the amount of stuff you get. Yeah, the wait was frustrating, but the price was great, and finally when it does pay off, it is worth it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, I will see you then.